Good evening, YouTube. It's Chris Green back again with Outdoor Power Tech. Today we're going to be working on this Poulan Pro 445. It is a trimmer, tree trimmer, and the guy said he'd been sitting for a year, just can't get it to run. I've already emptied the gas out of it, or should I say pure ethanol. But checked the compression, got good spark. So we're going to go to the carb and pull it off. Let's see, 4mm. Yeah, 4mm Allen wrench. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is the carburetor, and I'll show you. The carburetor is on the back side of this, and the linkage says it pulled loose already. But what you're going to want to do is hold the carburetor, make sure you don't mess up any gaskets so you can reuse them. You want to twist backwards for that choke arm to come out there. And then you're going to want to take your gas line off right here, and then the one leading to your primer bulb. Yeah, that's been sitting for a while. You want to fill your gas lines too to make sure they're not dry water or hard. If they're hard, go ahead and just replace them. I'm probably going to replace this one. It was okay, but it's been sitting so long that bend stuck in it. It's pinched right there. See if y'all can see that. I'm going to go ahead and take this over to where I wash my parts and just wash off just get dirt off of it so it's more clean when we're working on it. And I'm going to turn the air compressor on for a minute. So And then what I like to do is with some compressed air, wear your safety glasses. Just gently blow it off. Now I don't have this gasket in stock. Right now I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with it, which, like I said, compression's good, it has spark. So the only thing left really is the carburetor, but I'm going to keep that stuck to there just in case I just need to replace this diaphragm. I don't have to go buy a whole entire rebuild kit. But if this gasket, if it's messed up and boogered up, or like you can see fibers coming out of it, this one's not messed up like that, but if there's fibers coming out of it, then go ahead and replace it. But this one looks in good shape. So with a Phillips, let me see if I can still see. Just take this cover off. Put all your screws somewhere where you don't lose them, because they are real little. And once they fall on the floor in your shop, they bounce. I've had them bounce 10 feet across the floor. And you do not want to be looking for this little tiny screw in your shop. Let me see how much time I have on my camera. I think I didn't take some of my old videos off and pictures. Well, I like to use a razor blade to pop that off. And yeah, the diaphragm. Let's see here if you can see. The diaphragm is dry. You hear that? So it's not pumping no more. So I'm gonna go ahead and gently pull that off, because the gasket underneath it's still good. Yeah, you can hear that, and that's not me tearing it. That's how dried out it is from the. When these things sit for a while, the ethanol separates from the gasoline. That ethanol just dries these things out to where they can't prime, they can't pump no more. Let's see here. And that still looks good. Just make sure it's real good and clean. This is real clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm not gonna have to do much to this. If you look in here and it has, looks like resin, then you're gonna want to clean all this out. And I'll do that on another video when I come across one that's really, really bad. But this is real clean. This, from what he told me, it just sat for so long that it pretty much just dried this out. Because he did say he did try to let it run it completely out of gas, but there's still some that stays in the carb even after you do that. Check out this other side. That's clean. That's real clean. Can't believe that. Been working on chainsaws for the past couple of weeks because it's chainsaw season, and every single one of them I've opened up has been just completely destroyed from it just sitting in the ethanol separating from the gas. That's really clean. If yours is real dirty, what you need, what I do is use a carburetor cleaner and hit all these little tiny holes. Wear safety glasses when you do this, seriously. But hit all these little holes, and in there, if you do pull off this needle and seat, do not let that needle get carburetor cleaner on, because it'll swell up the neoprene end on it. But that looks pretty good. We'll hit it with some compressed air. And again, just barely let it press that. Alright, I'm going to pause this video right now and go save it and clear off my Sims chip. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this. If yours works out this simply where it's this clean, and of course I might do all this work, put it back on, it's still not working, I'm going to take it back apart and clean a few other things, but I'm pretty sure that this diaphragm was the only thing that's bad. If you do this, and you don't have to replace anything but the diaphragm, and you happen to have some at your house, there's two different types of diaphragms. Let's see if you can see this right here. See that center piece right here? Let me see if I can point to it. That center lobe right there. Right there. There's one that they make in this style that is raised up like this, and then there is another one that they make you can see it is not raised up, it's barely raised. So make sure you replace it with the right one, because if yours is raised and you replace it with one of these that is not raised, it's not going to pump right. Now that y'all see the difference between this is the one I've taken off. You see how it's glazed, and you hear that? That's bad. And here's what a new one looks like. I mean, it's soft. And that's what it's supposed to be like. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. I was hoping for it to be a little dirtier than it was so I can show y'all a full rebuild, but okay. And on this particular carburetor, if you do take this gasket off right here, this black gasket, remember that it goes on first. Don't put your diaphragm on then the gasket. It has to be the gasket first and then the diaphragm. You just set your diaphragm on there like this, and there's two little pegs. There's two little pegs right here that the diaphragm has two holes also that it sits in. Make sure that's lined up. Make sure everything's lined up nice and neat before you put your screws in. Look down these screw holes and make sure the diaphragm ain't blocking the screw holes on any of them. It might run if you try to screw it in like that, but it's better to do it the right way first. I'm just going to get that snug. I'm not going to tighten it down yet. And what you want to do is tighten this up in a cross pattern. So the diaphragm, because you start here and go all the way around, you could fold that diaphragm, start pushing it up as it goes around, and it'll cause an air gap. Just tighten it down, snug, real snug. Don't over tighten it to where you strip out your screw. That should be it. Alright, I'm going to replace this line right here that broke off. That was real short. Okay. Make sure your gas lines go back the same way they come off. If you get them reversed, you'll know when you go to push your primer bulb. Okay, let's stick this back up in here. Yes. I know y'all can't see this. I'm still waiting to get my camera tripod down. I'm wanting to get a GoPro down hooked to my hat so I can really show y'all up close. But once you get all that in, connect your linkage. And because that linkage popped off as I was pulling this off, I had to figure out which hole it went in. There's two separate holes. Make sure everything's lined up fine. If something feels too tight, just overlook everything again so you don't break something. Button this up. And that's it. Make sure your linkage is working. And it is. Well, that's it for this video. I hope I was able to share something with y'all. I know it wasn't too in depth, or you didn't have good camera angles. I apologize for that, but just wanted to record this for y'all to see, and hopefully I'll have some more in the future. Hope y'all have a blessed day, and till next time, take care.